to Mama Do It Yourself. Hello, my name is Cecilia and I'm a crochet and knitwear designer, and I'm making this podcast. This is my Hello, my name is Cecilia Losada. I'm a crochet, wear and knitwear designer. On Ravelry you can find me as Mama D or DIY, and on Instagram you can find me as Mama D Patterns in Spanish and Cecilia Losada Crochet. It's my account in English. So this is a crochet and knitting podcast. It's not a tutorial. So welcome to my podcast. This is the 12th episode of my podcast and I hope you like it. So if you have something for knitting between while I'm speaking, it would be great. This is the second time I record the podcast because the first time I don't know what happens with the memory of the camera when I put the memory in my PC, in my laptop. No, it's not my laptop. In my computer. I don't know what happens. It get all down, and I lost all the records. So I will make this podcast more shortly than the other one. So I'm sorry for that. So I will speak about my finished objects. I will speak about my designs of another designers. Also, I will speak about yarns and different things that I'm making right now. This is only about my designs. I speak about a lot of things. So thank you very much for being here. So, another thing I want to tell you is that I am from Argentina, from Córdoba, but I'm living in Spain more than 50 years ago, maybe 18 or 19, I don't know how much. I live in a little town that is called Sant Pere de Ribes. It's a very little town in Catalonia. It's half an hour from Barcelona and very next to Sitges. So I have the beach very close. Now in summer I go to the beach and to the swimming pool of my town that is beautiful. It's a very green town and I'm happy for that. I walk always for all the, I don't know how to say in English. Okay, for all the country here that we have, and I like a lot. So let's start with this podcast. Let's start with finished objects. Let's go. My first finished object is this one. It's the little cardie from Julie Knit in Paris. I don't know if I told you in the past podcast, in the past episode, that I want to knit some cardigan for the summer and the spring. I was between three designs. One was from Joji, the other one was this one, and the other one was from Amy Apple. That is Poison Girls on Ravelry. I decided to make the honey bob from Amy Apple, but when I was looking in my stash, I realized that the yarns that I have for make that design was this one. I want to make it with these yarns. I'm gonna wear it. They are from a box of knit crate that I have a long time ago. So I thought that with this one will be enough for make that cardigan, but then I saw the label of the yarns. I thought that they were fingering, but at the end they were fingering, but not fingering at all. I don't know if you understand me. They are like fingering, but they have less meters or yards that we find in a common skein of fingering yarn weight. We usually find 400 meters or 440 meters in 100 grams, but this one has less. So I decide not to make the honey bob from Amy Apple, and I review the pattern of Julie Knit in Paris, and I thought that it would be okay for this pattern. So I buy the pattern when she make the sales launch. I buy it with the discount, so it was great. And I use this yarn. You can find all the details on my Ravelry projects. And I made, wait, it's not very good with this t-shirt, but you can see how it becomes. I like it a lot. I make first the body with in an S size. I commonly knit designs for me in an M size. I have 85 centimeters of bust, so I always knit in M size. But for this one I decide to make it in an S size, because this yarn is not fingering, it's like a sport light. It's not fingering and it's not a sport, it's a medium. So I said, okay, if I have instructions for, if I follow the instruction for S size, I think that it's gonna be like an M for me with this yarn. So here you have my finished object. First I have only 2 skeins, so first I knit the body. That is beautiful. You see, you can see little, I don't know if you can see. So first I knit the body. Wait, I'm gonna make this more tall. So first I knit the body. I said, okay, I don't care if the sleeves comes shorter than in the pattern, in the original design. I don't care about that, because this is for summer or for spring. And I said it's okay for me. So first I knit the body, and then with the yarn that I have, I divide the skein in 2 balls and I knit both sleeves at the same time. Wait. So this is what I have. I will use this for maybe for a knit socks, for the toe, for some knit socks and elastic ribbing or something like that. I like it a lot. The pattern was super easy. I think that is not breeding for a initial level. The pattern is easy, but I think that the explanations are for people who have experience with patterns. Okay, so it's well breeding, but it doesn't have too much explanations about different things. But it's okay. The pattern is very well breeding. All the calculations are well. Everything works perfect. Okay, but maybe if you are and this is one of your first things that you want to knit, first knit more things and then you can knit this one. Okay, it's not a difficult design, but I don't know, but it's okay. It's very beautiful. I like it a lot. So now it's hot here. We are in summer, so I'm gonna take it out because okay, so this is my first finished object and I'm in love with this. I like a lot. I use these buttons that I like a lot. I have a lot of buttons like this one, and with a lot of different forms and colors, and I have a lot of funny buttons in my stuff because before, years ago, I used to crochet a lot of kids' hats. So I make my own designs for my knit hats, and I always use maybe faces of monsters or owls or dinosaurs or I don't know, dogs, cats, etc, etc. So for the eyes I always use funny buttons. So I have a lot and this one I think that they were perfect for this design. So this is my first finished object. Let's go to the second one. The second one is okay, my these socks. These are the curiosity and opportunity from by Joji Locatelli. Okay, finally I finish it. It's just that it takes me a lot of time, not because the pattern, it's just that when you finish these socks, they are knitted from top to bottom. So when you finish with a Kitchener bind off. So I want to make the video tutorial of how to make the Kitchener bind off for my Spanish speaker followers on my YouTube channel, and that's why it takes me so long to finish these socks, but not because the pattern, just because I was with a lot of time to make this Kitchener bind off. So this one, they are knitted with a merino sock from from Earth Yarns. I think that the color is very good for the cables, these Celtic cables that are very beautiful, and the pattern is perfect. I have no problem with the pattern, and I think that everything runs just perfect. Okay, I think that all patterns from Joji are very well written and explained and everything. So so these are my curiosity and opportunity from Joji Locatelli. Finished object. Okay, so my next finished object are this one. This is a simple design. They are socks in a construction toe up with German short rows on the heel, and this one, you see, this I make it for my son Theo. Is the bigger one. He has 10 years. He will use it on winter, obviously, but I decided to make a lot of socks this summer because it's a project that you can knit on the swimming pool, on the beach, and it doesn't take too much place on my bag. So it's a project that I can knit without thinking. So I think that is the perfect project when you are with kids in summer and you can take it everywhere. while you are on the beach, in the swimming pool, or everywhere you are. So I published the pattern tutorial with videos in my blog, but it's in Spanish. You can, if you are my Patreon supporter, you can get this pattern by free, and the festival hat also. I have a photo here, a picture. The festival hat also by free, if you are my Patreon supporter, no matter which tire you decide to have, okay? Only for being my supporter, you will have this pattern that is braiding for 3 different sizes of adult foot. I braid the pattern for S, M and L, okay? And I add to the pattern a tutorial of how to get the measurement of your foot, and how to personalize these instructions for different sizes, even for kids. And even if you want to make a different detail here in the front of the pattern, okay? If you want to make some lace pattern or some texturized stitch or whatever you want. I just put some resources and different tips to can make this. And also I explain you how to use your gauge for change the yarn weight of your socks. Maybe you want to knit socks in sport weight or in decay weight. So you, with that explanation, with your gauge and a simple formula of maths, you can make all the calculations you need to have different, from the same pattern, have different versions of it. So the pattern is in Ravelry. It has a symbolic price of 2 euros. It's very cheap, and it's with 9 pages of explanations and video tutorials and everything that you need to knit these socks. And you will learn how to make the Judy's Magic cast-on, how to knit a toe from a sock, how to make the foot, how to knit the German short rose heel, how to make the cuff with a little variation, as you can see there, with an extra here, and then you have the same stitch number as here, and how to make the elastic ribbing, and how to make the stretchy bind off. You will learn everything with different video tutorials and all the recipes for all sizes that you can make by yourself, okay? So remember, you have this pattern for 2 euros in my Ravelry page, in my Ravelry store, and also for all my Patreon supporters, besides more gifts that you have every month, a giveaway and everything, you have this and the festival hat by free. Okay, so let's go. So this is my third finished object. So my fourth finished object is okay, this beautiful shawl. I think that in my latest podcast I show you some cotton from Pima cotton from We Are Knitters that I received as a gift from them. Wait, I'm gonna change the... Okay, I received from them, from We Are Knitters, 3 balls of this one of Pima cotton from We Are Knitters. It's beautiful. I think that is more beautiful than I thought. and I love a lot. And I made this crochet shawl. It's a construction. Wait, I'm gonna put this camera more. See? You see? I use 3 skins of 100 grams each one, and this is what I have of the 3rd skin. Okay, so I don't have more natural light because, as I told you before, I record this podcast 2 times. This is the 2nd time. So I want to show you it's a construction, it's a bottom-up construction. You can use this shawl in different ways. You can use it like this as a cowl. It's beautiful. I'm gonna take pictures of all the ways that you can wear this shawl. You see? Beautiful. Then you can use it in like this. You see? Like this. And then you can make like this, or put a brush here, like this one, a stick or something that it serves to close here the shawl. You can use it like this. You see? Or if you have, maybe this is a spring or a summer shawl. So if you have maybe a summer dress or a summer skirt, you can, or you are in the beach, you can use it like this. Like this, and you can see all the pictures of how you can use this shawl on Instagram next week. Okay? It's beautiful. It has a lot of different ways to use it. So I hope you like it. I'm gonna make the test next week. So I have to write the draft version on my computer because I write my patterns by hand, and then I write it the draft version on my computer, and then I make when it's tested, I make all the beautiful digital design for my pattern. So I have to make the translation, obviously. So next week I will need testers. I don't know in English yet, but in Spanish for sure. So if you are interested in test this pattern, I suggest you to to follow me on Instagram as Cecilia Losada Crochet. That there is the place where I announce all the test knits and test crochets for my followers. Okay, so if you want to test this shawl, I will be grateful. So my next finished project is this blouse that I'm using. This top or this tank, I don't know how you say this kind of design, is very, is very I don't know, I like a lot the design because you see it's very comfortable. It's short sleeves. For summer is great because it has this lace pattern in crochet. It's like a raglan construction, top down, and it's very easy to adapt to any size. So I will write also the draft version next week to give to my group of testers in Spanish, and when they finish testing this design, I will translate it to English and I will make the test for English speakers. Okay, so remember, just go to Instagram, look for Cecilia Losada Crochet, and there I will post when the test is open for English speakers. Okay, so for this design, I use, in my size, I use 2 skeins of unique cotton from Earth Yarns. I don't know the colors right now. I think that it's not like in the other video, because now the sun is going down. So here are the two skeins like this of 100 grams each one, and each one has, in 100 grams you will find 275 yards or 250 meters. Okay, it's a DK weight. It's a 100% merceriside cotton. It's beautiful to crochet or to knit. I like a lot this cotton. It's beautiful. I just use it for this one, and in 2 days I make this tank, and I think that is very easy to crochet it. So let's keep alert. So these are my finished objects. So let's go to my work in progress. Let's go. So my work in progress, I have a lot of work in progress, but I can show you everything today because I have a lot. So I just want to show you some of them. Okay, the first one is this one. The first one is a design that was published on issue 25 from Pom Pom magazine. That is an issue that they inspired all in stripes. Okay, all designs has stripes. I already has knitted this design. The last year I made this one, the laden. I made this one last year, and I love to knit this one. I think that it was very difficult for me in that time. Was one of my first project knitted, and then now I'm making this one. It's a tank top also. It's called Tarmac, and it's designed by Anna Maltz. It's a beautiful design. I like a lot. I have a lot of designs that I want to knit of this issue in particular, because I like a lot stripes. I'm a very fan of stripes. So I start 2 or 3 days ago, I don't remember. I went to Barcelona to a shop of a friend that it's called Melissa, and her shop is called Filantropia. She's making a sale right now, so I buy 2 balls of each color of organic trio. I like a lot this material. They are from Hertegarn. I don't know how to pronounce it in English. It's Hertegarn. They are from Denmark. It's a beautiful yarn that it has 50% organic merino wool, 25% organic cotton, and 25% silk. I'm sorry, silk. So it is not like cotton that I think that they have a little of elasticity. I don't know if that's the way that you say in English. So I like a lot. It's not so hard as cotton because it has merino, so it's perfect for knit something for summer. I have these 2 balls of each one. I think that it's gonna be sufficient enough. I don't know if I have to buy more. I don't care because the shop of my friend is always open and she has more colors. So I start with the front. I made first one stripe, then the second stripe, then I joined both stripes, and then I pass to the back here. So then I pick up all the stitches of the stripes and start with the back, you see. And when I get the same length as in the front, I join everything and continue to knitting in the round. So I find some tutorials to make stripes knitting in the round without that horrible stripe that makes when you change colors. So I will leave you the links to these tutorials. I think that they are very interesting when you want to knit stripes without that lining, very awful, that I don't like. So I'm sure that I will use this tip for a lot of designs. So this is the first work in progress. So the second work in progress is another blouse with unique cotton. So I did it again. I mix again crochet and knitting. I'm making another blouse, another summer blouse with a raglan construction top down. I use the crochet for make the raglan yoke, and then the body I'm using the circular needles. It's a very easy design. I just want to make a design for easy level, so both persons, both knitters and crocheters can make this design. Maybe it's gonna has more details. Maybe in the sleeves I want to make some extra details because I will have more yarn because I'm knitting it. So for this design I use 2 skeins, 2 entire skeins, but crocheting. If you don't know, when you crochet you use more yarn when you knit. So I think that I'm gonna have enough for make extra details to this blouse. So this is gonna be published, I don't know, someday. Maybe in August or in September, I don't know yet. This is a future project. And then another design that is in progress are these socks. Another pair of socks. I don't know if you remember that Earth Yarns sent me this beautiful box of unique sock. They are hand-dyed yarns. This one is beautiful. There you have 2 little balls of 50 grams each one with the same color in the beginning and in the end. So both balls match to make 2 socks exactly the same. So I'm making one design for this one. I make this design. I don't know the name in English yet. In Spanish it's called Flor de Maíz. I have to check it out, the name in English. and I like it a lot. I'm using the same construction of the toe-up socks that I made for my Santeo, but I make this variation. It's a very simple lace pattern, and here in the back I use another stitch. I don't have very good light, I'm sorry. So you can see a picture on my Instagram feed if you want to see closer. So this is gonna be published next week, maybe by the end of the week. I don't know yet, but maybe next Friday. I don't know yet. I have to finish the second pair. So I'm making the second one. This one I didn't make both at the same time because first I want to knit one, braid the pattern, and make the second one with the pattern, with the draft pattern braided. So here you have. This is the second one. I'm gonna finish it the second one to see that everything is okay. So maybe by the end of the week it's gonna be published on my Ravelry store. So I'm sure it's gonna has a discount the launch day and maybe for 48 hours. I don't know. So vale, and the next project that I have on my needles is this one. This is also designed by me. Oops, the chair. And this is a t-shirt with a bottom-up construction, a raglan bottom-up construction. Raglan or raglan, I don't know. In Spanish we said raglan, but in English I think that is without the N. So raglan or raglan, I don't know how to say it, I'm sorry. Construction and bottom-up. I am using for this design Suave from Pasquali Filati Naturali. I will show a ball of Suave. So this is Suave from Pasquali Filati Naturali. It's a very, I think that the word is fluffy. I don't know if I'm saying okay. A very soft, a very fluffy yarn, but it's not yarn, it's cotton 100%. They have in exclusive this kind of cotton. No one has this cotton, only Pasquali Filati Naturali. As you can see, it's like mohair but in cotton. So it's very it's not heavy at all. You have in each ball has 25 grams, and you have 162 meters or 177 yards in each ball of 25 grams. So it's like a light fingering, and it's 100% cotton. For example, I already use 4 balls, so here you have 100 grams. So I think that I'm expecting the other ball that from Pasquali, they sent me one extra ball that I need because it was finished in my stash. So I'm expecting the last ball to finish this design. It's not common in me to make this kind of designs, but I wanted to try if I am capable to make more elegant designs, and I think that yes. With this one I think that I make the test, I approve the exam. So here you have, I use a lace pattern for the back. Maybe you think that this is a difficult design, but not at all, because my experience making knitting patterns is not at all too much, so I think that it's not an easy level but a medium less level or maybe an easy plus level. Okay, so it's not difficult at all. You only have to know how to make the how to knit how to purl, how to make a yarn over, and how to make increases and decreases with the K2 tug and SSK. That's all you have to know. You don't need to know any more things. So combining all that stitches, you can make this lace. You see in the back you have all the lace by all the back, and in the front you have only the lace here in the middle of the V neck and in the arms. You see, making like a line here with this lace pattern. So it's the first time, obviously, in knitting. I think that is my first time in everything. So it's the first time that I make this V neck. I think that this is the way more easy to make V necks. I tried in a little gauge. I thought that it was okay. It was an idea that I had on my head. I thought that it was okay. I make a little gauge. If that idea is really functional, and yes, it was everything okay. So I start knitting, and when it takes the time of the V-neck, everything was perfect. Everything was perfect. So just knitting, and maybe it's gonna be finished for next week for testing. Okay, I write all the instructions while I was knitting, so it's very easy to make, really. So what else? Okay, my future projects are this one. Okay, I have to make a gift to a friend of mine. She's a mother of the school that my sons go, and she's a mother that all year was taking us to the school by car. The school is not very it's not a very long way from here, but you have to walk maybe 25 minutes. For me it's okay, but not for my littles. If I want to walk that, it's okay, but not for my children. So she was gently taking us to the school every day by car. So I want to make a special gift for her, and I always watch a podcast for Spanish podcasters, and all of the Spanish podcasters make the ranunculus of the name is Midore Hirose. Midore Hirose is the designer of the ranunculus. It's a sweater that you can knit with every yarn weight, and it's for a lot of sizes. It's very easy to make, very fast. But I have these 3 skins of alpaca lace. It's a baby alpaca quality. Each skin has 50 grams and 400 meters. So it's a lace yarn weight, very, very thin. I have 3 skins, and I want to make 2 ranunculus. One for my friend Luzma. I think that she's gonna like the sweater. And the other one, I don't know yet, could be for my mother. I don't know if she's gonna like it, but I want to make it, and if she likes the sweater, I'm gonna give to her. If she doesn't like, I'm gonna keep it for myself. Why I tell you this? Because I don't know if she's gonna like it, so I will show the sweater, and if she likes, I'm gonna give her. If not, I'm gonna keep it for me. So that's all. That's what I'm going to make this summer, in the future. And I want to talk about a pattern that I received in the last swap that I participate here in Spain, the Beltane swap. The person who has to give me the shawl sent me also a pattern. He asked me which pattern do I like to receive, and I told you that I want to make the honey bob from Amy Apple. So I said to her, okay, I want this one, please, and she sent me the pattern. Thank you so much. So I received this spectacular pattern, and I want to I will need this cardigan in the future, not right now because I have a lot of work, and I want to make it in red, and I have red skins, but not the red that I want. I want the red. So I'm gonna wait until I have the skins I want to make this cardigan. But I want to show you and to have a special mention for the designer of this pattern, and the way she writes and the way she presents the patterns. She's Amy Apple, is Poison Girls. You can find her in Ravelry in Instagram with that name. This pattern is from the Rockabilly Queen collection. I talked about this pattern in my last podcast, but when I received the pattern, I was totally admiring the way that she writes patterns. The pattern has 14 pages. It remembers me the way that I write patterns because I use a lot of pages also, but I think that obviously she's better than me, but that's not the case. I just want to say that this is the second page of the pattern. Here she writes the inspiration about the pattern. Then you have, I'm not going to show obviously all the pattern, I just want to show the details, all the details that you find when you buy a pattern from her, from Amy Apple. You have a lot of design elements in the pattern, and besides it's very well explained. You have the materials that she used, all the meters obviously, and the yards, not only the skins. You have also the suggested yarn, suggested needles, notions, and the gauge, obviously, like all patterns. You have construction notes. You have choosing your size, customizing your size. You see, all the items are very well explained. Other informations. You see, if you want to make the sleeve in different versions, I don't know. When I receive something like this, I just can be grateful. I think that this is excellent. Look at the... wait. You have also a schematic. Wait, where is it? The schematic is Look how detailful, look the details of the schematic of how she makes you the life more easy. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying, but I think that this is gold. So I just want to make this special mention to Amy Apple. Thank you so much. I admire you as a designer because I'm learning a lot only for having this pattern in my hands and for make such a good and beautiful job with your patterns. Not only with your designs, not only because your patterns are well written, also because you present the patterns with a lot of details, a lot of explanations, and you don't care about the quantity of pages, because I think that this pattern can be needed by a person who just know how to knit. So I like a lot this kind of patterns. I don't find too much this kind of patterns by designers, so that's why I make a special mention to Amy Apple. Thank you so much for writing these wonderful patterns, and I'm thinking about buying more designs from her because I think that she deserves, and besides because she have a very good taste designing. So I send you a kiss from here. Thank you so much for writing so good patterns. Now let's go to the section of the yarns that I didn't buy. So for this section I want to first say special thanks to all yarn brands that send me yarns and things to show in this podcast. Okay, thank you so much. First of all, I'm gonna show you the Knit Hive. It's a new project. I don't know if they have web in English, but they have a web in Spanish. These are called Smooth Merino. It's 100% merino. It's a worsted yarn weight, and this color is the Coral Cloud. And they are, I received 6 balls of 100 grams and 147 meters. It comes, I don't know how you say this kind of yarn in English. In Spanish we call this mechita or mecha. I think that in English it's like a hand spoon, but I am not sure. So if you want to leave me a comment of how you name this kind of yarn, I will be very grateful. I will just put here so you can see it. Maybe I'm gonna knit a cardigan or a sweater, I don't know yet, but I like it a lot. Thank you so much. So I received also a kit, but this is not for me, from them, from Knit Hive. I received this kit to knit this beautiful sweater, this summer sweater or spring sweater. Here in the kit you have all you need to knit this beautiful design. You have 4 or 6 or 5 balls of, I think that maybe it's cotton. You have also the needles to make it, the tapestry needle, the tutorial printed, and a postal, and obviously the bag that it serves you to like a project bag near of your sofa. If you knit in your sofa, well, you have here the project bag, so it's great. Thank you so much. This is for all my Patreon supporters that it's gonna be in the giveaway that I make every end of month. So I invite you that if you have things that you want to collaborate with me for this giveaway, as you can see, I talk about all things that you send me in all my podcasts and in the special podcast that I make every end of month, showing you all things that I'm gonna put in the giveaway. So this giveaway is gonna be for all my Patreon supporters in in Europe, okay, and for my Patreon supporters that live in America, in North America, Central America or South America, I have another giveaway, okay, because I still can't send until I have 100 of followers of Patreons on my Patreon page. So I invite you to visit www.patreon.com/mamadpatterns, okay? I leave all the details, all the links, all the notes on my blog. Remember that you have here on the description box of this video and on the first comment you have the link to my blog post, and then you can see all notes in Spanish and in English. So all the things that I talk in this podcast. So the second yarns that I receive are from Knit Crate. I'm gonna show you two boxes. So I'm gonna show you two boxes that I received. One I received in May, but was very late in May because here in Spain we received these boxes with delay because we are in the other way of the world, in the other extreme of the world. So but they comes every month. So the first box was with this yarn, with this skein of yarn. It's beautiful and the colorway is very beautiful. You see, all yarns are hand dyed. This one is from Knitology, and this one, the colorway is, this is Knitology Cozy Socks. The colorway is Citrus Squeeze. It's a 75 superwash merino wool, 50% nylon, 10% cashmere. It's a fingering weight with 425 and 29 yards or 400 meters in 100 grams. This is perfect for knit socks. So I'm sure I'm gonna use it for that. In this box only comes one skein because the quality is better than the other yarns, but the other yarns are very good quality also. I received also this marker stitch, very beautiful, from exchangingfire.com. It's a beautiful marker stitch. And in this box also comes these beautiful buttons. In Argentina we call it vaquita de San Antonio. I don't know how you name these beautiful insects in your language, but in Argentina we ladybugs, yes, like in TV. Ladybugs. Okay, in Argentina we call it vaquita de San Antonio, and in Spain they call it mariquita. For us they are a symbol of very good luck. When you have one in your arm or in your clothes, they say, oh, you will have a very good luck. Oh, thank you. So it's very beautiful, I like a lot. Sure, I'm gonna use this for some project, and also the stitch marker is very beautiful and everything. And you also receive one little magazine. One little magazine with different patterns and codes, discount codes, and download for download also another extra pattern. You see, you receive this magazine with these socks, very beautiful. They are the Exquisite Citrus socks. They are designed by Sarah Jordan and they are beautiful. I think that I'm gonna knit not with this yarn because I don't like how to is this design with this yarn, but with another yarn I'm gonna knit these socks because I like a lot. And you have also crochet socks that are designed by Lilia Vanini. They are this one. And also you have a third part of socks, but these are for a DK yarn weight that are called Dancing Butterfly. They are designed by Cynthia Levy. And you have a fourth design that is this one. It's called Jans. It's by Sarah Jordan also. Is this cowl that you can knit with one skein of fingering weight. Okay. They usually sell this skein for here it says $30. Only the skein. Then you have 4 patterns, and then you have a lot of other discounts here in the magazine. And besides, you participate in a lot of giveaways from Knit Crate and everything. And you have this box every month. I don't remember now if it's for $20 or for $25, but it's cheaper than only buy the skein. So I think that is great to have this subscription every month, and all the yarns are very beautiful and very good yarns, premium yarns. Okay, so this is the box from May, and this is the box from June. These are the 2 skeins that I received in June. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. This is like a chain. You see, it's a mixture of it's called Vidalana Aloft. The colorway is called We Violets. It's 48% of merino wool, 20% of baby alpaca, and 32% of organic cotton. It's a DK weight, and in 100 grams you can find 274 yards or 250 meters. And it's so soft. It's beautiful. I want to make a design with these 2. I'm sure that I'm gonna make a shawl because I think that is beautiful. So I'm gonna try something with these 2 skeins. Not yet because I have a lot of work, but in the future I will try something with these 2 skeins. I like it a lot. So in June box I received also this beautiful gift. You see, and it has a little button here that wait, plop. I like it a lot. I didn't have I have a lot of these stuffs, but not so pretty as this one, so I'm very happy for this little gift. Thank you so much. And also you receive a magazine with patterns and a lot of things. In this magazine you receive these 3 patterns. They are 2 shawls. One is a knit shawl, the other one is a crochet shawl, and you also receive an extra sock pattern that in this case both shawls are designed by Susan Lowman, and the knit socks are designed by Whimsical Socks. I'm sorry, by Kate Lidon. So this is the shawl pattern that is very, very beautiful. You can find her as a crochet architect on Ravelry. I like a lot this pattern. You see, very beautiful. And this scarf, it's a crochet scarf, and you can use also both skin to make this crochet scarf. Very, very beautiful. And then you have this third pattern of knit socks. I also like a lot these knit socks, so I'm sure that I'm gonna make for myself, because I think that they are beautiful with some yarn that I have there for a fingering weight. And that's all. And you receive a lot of discounts and things in this box. So if you want to subscribe to Knit Crate, you can subscribe with a 20% of discount on your first month of subscription, following the link that you're gonna find on my post blog. Okay, on my blog you will have a post with all the notes about this podcast, all the links that you want to visit, about all things that I'm explaining you in this podcast. All the patterns or photos or yarns or everything you will find on that notes, and all the links that you need to visit different webs or online shops or everything. My notes are written in English and Spanish, so in the blog you will find everything. You will find also the link to subscribe to Knit Crate subscription, and the code that is a 20% off discount for your first month. So go ahead and go to subscribe, but because this is an opportunity, a very good opportunity to have very good yarns and very good patterns for a ridiculous price. Okay, I want to talk now about Yarn Pond. It's a platform for testers and for designers to make the test of their designs. As you know, I'm from Argentina, I'm living in Spain, so the language that I speak all the time is Spanish. So all my followers are from Spain or from South America. They are Spanish speakers. So lately I opened a new account on Instagram that it's only in English, that it's called Cecilia Losada Crochet. You can find here the link to go and follow me there. And that's the feed that I use to write in English. I don't publish so much often as in Spanish, but I publish all the important notices and news. Okay, so there is where I publish all the tests that I'm working on and everything. But I didn't find testers in English speakers from countries that speak in English for my designs. So I was looking platforms for this, and I found from a friend, from a Chile designer that is called Camila Larsen. She published once that she was testing her pattern on this platform in Yarn Pond. I visited the web and I said, it's interesting. Okay, so I make my account there, and it was like magic. I published my first test knitting, that is the Mylen t-shirt sweater, and I think that in the first day that I published my test knit was full, complete, all 10 sizes. I found tester for the 10 sizes. So thank you very much for all testers that are testing in English the Mylen t-shirt. The Mylen t-shirt. Thank you so much. And I don't have now with me the Mylen t-shirt. It's now in United States with Emir from Earth Yarns. They sent me, as I told you in the latest podcast, they sent me the yarns for make this design. It's a project that is called Knitters of the World, and they are more designer working in this project. One is, for example, is Katie. No, it's Julie Knit in Paris. Wait, there you have. One of the designers, for example, is Julie Knit in Paris, and she makes a design, a beautiful design for this project. It's a shawl with the full colors of unique merino, unique fingering from Earth Yarns. So I want to talk about this design, my design, in a future episode when I have the launch day pattern. But I want to say that they make a submission for TNNA. I don't know if that's the name in English because I don't have too much time to read of what is this. So if you know, I will appreciate if you put on the comments what is this of TNNA. I know that my design was approved to the trade show of TNNA, and it was on the trade show. I sent the design for to Emir, and that was my design there with a beautiful model. So thank you so much, and I appreciate a lot that they show my work in the entire world. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much, and thank you so much for the trust of Emir, Becky, and her brother, and everyone who trusts in my work. And that's all. I want to say special thanks to all the yarns, all the yarn brands that trust in me to make designs and everything, and collaborate with me with yarns or for make the giveaway in Patreon and everything. So that's all. And if you want to support me in Patreon, you have the link here, and you have a lot of gifts only for support me. And besides, every month we make a special giveaway with luxury yarns and a lot of patterns from other designers. So thank you so much for these independent designers who trust also on my work and support me in that way. Thank you so much. I will speak about all the people who participate in this giveaway in the special video that I make every end of month, showing all the products, all the patterns, and all the things that comes in this giveaway. I didn't talk about you about the public knitting day or something like that. I was in Barcelona. First I was with a friend that is called Melissa. She has a yarn shop that is called Philanthropia. She's a very good friend. I was the half of the day with her, and the other half I was with Vanessa Pelliza. She is a translator, tech editor, and she has a lot of things. And thank you so much. I invite you to visit her web. She have services as a tech translator, and I think that tech editor also, in Spanish for designers. Maybe you know her because she translates patterns from, for example, Caitlin Hunter, Dreare Knits, Andrea Mori, and other knitters that I don't know right now. Okay, so you can visit her web, and she works very well, and she make this event. It was very nice. She's a very beautiful person. All the knitters and crocheters who were in the event, I was very good there, and thank you so much for being so how do I say this? So I don't know how to say in English. In Spanish we said cercanos o cálidos, but in English I don't know how to say it. Very near people who it's very warmful, maybe that's the word, I don't know. So thank you so much. I have also my podcast in Spanish, and they will see this in Spanish. So I didn't talk about the masterclass that I did in another shop of my friend Pamela. She has a yarn shop that it is open more than 75 years in Barcelona. It's a very old shop. Now she's gonna close the shop for 2 months to make a lot of changes and open again on September. She's gonna have a school for knitter and crocheters in the shop, and I will be one of the teachers, of the instructors that are gonna work there. Thank you so much, Pamela, for your trust. I give you here some pictures about that day. I make a masterclass about construction of shawls in crochet. I have this class. I have more masterclasses to give to people. And now I'm gonna make these classes also in English. So I'm translating all for these masterclasses. And in the future you will have more news about these classes in English. So what else? I didn't tell you about either, I don't know, more things that I want to show you, but they are more podcasts that I can talk about these things. Okay, so thank you so much for being here. Remember that you can support me on Patreon. Remember that you can follow me in Ravelry as Mama D, in Instagram as Cecilia Losada Crochet, that's my English account, or as Mama D Patterns in my Spanish account. My name is Cecilia Losada, and thank you so much for being here. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you will receive all the notifications about all my podcasts. Mwah! See you on the next one. Bye bye.